Hey guys, welcome back to another 3D projection tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to be following on from the previous tutorial in which I talked about orthographic projection, and I'm going to be talking about perspective projection. So here I have a little visualization which I created a while ago, and basically it's this little scene where it allows you to visualize how 3D perspective works. So I'm going to move this camera backwards just so it's behind this cube. So yeah, what we have is we have the camera here is this grey sphere, then we have this cube and it's on this plane, as well as this other bigger sphere in the background. But yeah, that's basically the entire scene, and we also have this grey rectangle which is meant to represent the viewport. The viewport is just your screen, so this grey rectangle is representative of what you're going to see. So what this visualization is trying to show is how perspective works. So if you just directly look at the viewport, which is the white lines, if I move this camera around, you can see how the viewport changes based on where the camera is, and you can see you're getting that nice perspective effect because the circle and the square are actually meant to be the same size, but you can see the further away, or actually the closer I make the camera to the square, notice how these squares start to be a lot larger than the circle. So I'm going to show you guys the interesting part now. If we move the camera behind and we can toggle the rays, now you can see the individual rays of light which come off each of the cube's vertices. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and then they fall down here like that. And you can see they all go towards the camera, and the point where they intersect this viewport is the point we draw onto the screen. So if you notice, this is actually a 2D image, but it looks 3D if you look at it from straight on angle like this. Now you can actually see how the image changes as you move the camera around. So if I'm moving it like this, you can see the rays are all coming this way, which is why these ones actually get a bigger surface area. And if I try and make the world flat like this, now we can really see what it's looking like. Alright, and from a top angle. But yeah, this is basically the essence of perspective projection. All the rays of light go towards the camera rather than being parallel. Like in the previous tutorial, if we looked at the rays, they would have been going parallel to the screen, but here they go towards a central point, which is the camera, which is how you get that effect of objects getting smaller the further away they go. Because for example, if we had this sphere, the rays coming in would be at a much smaller angle, which means they would be or a much I don't know what the word is, a much more calm angle, and that would cause them to be a lot smaller on the screen. So I've only rendered the points for the square, but if you imagine the same process occurring for all the vertices of the sphere and the plane, that's how we get this final image which you see here. So yeah, this is it. I'll leave a link to this website down below. It's just this. It's following on my 3D engine repository, but yeah, I'll give you guys a link to this and you can play around with it if you want. So thanks for watching, and this was the basics of how 3D perspective works. I didn't want to show you guys the code because I felt like this would be a much more intuitive way of showing you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye.